What's up, everybody? This is your boy Savion here from Miami. I'm an AI consultant with Managed Marketing Partners here, and I'm so excited to come to you today with a little celebration of the 250th anniversary of our great nation with a July 4th kind of fireworks game made with AI. So if you want to play some games and be able to create something really cool with AI, you're in the right place here. We're going to go ahead and build this out. It's going to be really fun, and I'm excited to do this here with all of you guys. So, let's see here. What we're going to do, let me go ahead and share my screen. Hold on one second. Share screen. This one. Monday. And we'll be able to get right back into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, what we're going to do first what I did is actually I walked through a little bit of an idea with Claude here. So I talked through what I wanted to do before I began the project, right? So let me see where I am here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. So I talked through what I wanted to do. We landed on a game that allows you to, it's called Fireworks Master. You can aim and launch your own firework rockets, timing the burst so it fills the sky, score based on coverage and color combos. This one looks amazing while you play it, right? So yeah, we're just doing it really light and easy. Today is, by the way, we're coming to you today. I should really introduce this in the beginning, but we're coming to you today as part of the 100-day AI Build Challenge, and today is day 33 of the AI Build Challenge. So I'm really excited to be bringing this to you guys here. It is really hard, I got to tell you. I'm struggling a little bit right now coming up with ideas. We're 33 days in, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. But we have to persist strong. You guys are my accountability partners right here. So I will be going live every single day for the next 77 days, right? So that we can get the 100-day challenge in. By the end, we'll have 100 apps, and it's going to be amazing. I'm going to go grab some water real quick. I'm back, and let's go ahead and build Fireworks Master. So the first thing we need to do is actually just build out the folder. So I built out a little script, a little shell script that works really easy, and it puts in all of our boilerplate templates that we want to use. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, here it is. So I launched it. So today is let's verify. Yep, day 33. I'll be building a web app. Yep. It's going to have some React in it too, so that's fine. No, I don't think we need Superbase. We're just going to make it really fun and easy. No, we don't need AI chat. Nope, no Stripe, no email. As you can see here, let me see if I can. I wonder if I can zoom in for you guys. Okay, so we're going to call this Firework Master. Boom. We're going to say yes. Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-ba-dum, bum. All right, so it's building it right now. And I went through all the IDing and everything like that. So we want to go ahead and copy the prompt that it gave me. Oh, now my computer's freezing. That is so weird. I guess I have a lot of stuff on the computer right now, but that's okay. All right. We're going to copy that entire prompt. We're going to bring it into Claude. We're going to go ahead and start a new chat here, right? And we're going to go to our folder so we can keep everything contained. Day 33, Firework Master. There it is, see? We're going to trust the workspace. And we're going to go ahead and drop in the prompt, but let me give it a little bit of context first. Hey, this is day 33 of the 100-day AI Build Challenge. And don't do anything yet. We're just talking here. I did it a little bit with Claude before this chat and came up with a little prompt that we can use to begin our conversation. I'd like to be able to drop that into the chat now, whenever you're ready, so that way I can get your thoughts on the idea. Would that be okay? So it automatically went to Fable. We don't want Fable. We're gonna try again. We want Opus. We're gonna use Opus here. And my computer is freezing. I don't know if it's freezing for you guys too, but let's see here. Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the prompt in now. Basically, it's gonna be a game that we've set up to celebrate July 4th, coming out tomorrow. And it is the 250th anniversary of the United States. So thought it would be apropos to build out something related to that, something quick and easy. I want to be able to build this out in like about 30 minutes or so. So let me go ahead and drop the prompt now so that way you can see what we're looking at. And I'd love your thoughts on the idea. Send that to Claude. And that begins the first step out of 4. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, I do break down my work with AI into a framework of 4 stages. So the first stage is consultation. So basically, you're talking with Claude or your favorite LLM, Codex or Manus, whatever you want to use. And then it goes into planning. So planning is where we actually strip down all the context of everything that we're building and actually scaffold it into an actual build that we want to look at, right? So we have the phasing, we have the technology, we have the reasons why, we have the things to look out for, we have where things are located, right? So that we can easily find it. After planning, it goes straight into implementation. Into implementation, we'll be able to have to, iterate back and forth, kind of like edit some things that it made. And then from there, it goes right into deployment where we get it deployed and sent out to you guys so you guys can play with it live. So here we go. Okay, so your prompt wants a single vanilla HTML file, but this folder is scaffolded for next.js. How do you want to scaffold it? Yeah, we want to scaffold it as a next.js app. Yeah, we'll make it more modern and fun. So we can play around with it a little bit more with like React and stuff like that. Right now, it is going back and forth. It's asking me questions, as you can see. And it already tells you like kind of like what we're looking at in terms of the sound. We're going to be using tone.js and raw web audio for like the crackles, pops, the whooshes to make it a lot more realistic as well. Wow, my computer is freezing. What's going on here? Let's see. No, we're looking. It's fine. Okay. So it's reading the file right now, everything that we have in our folder, so that way it knows what it's working with, right? So we're not yet in the planning phase. Usually the consultation phase can take about 15 to 20 minutes. The planning is pretty quick because it's just like a review and you just approve unless you want to make any changes, right? And then implementation is the most fun part because you can just set it on autopilot and it'll just build, because now we set up the two frameworks in the beginning for your consultation and your planning, so it knows exactly what you're building, why you're building it, how you're building it, what you like to do, like what you want to build it with, and everything. So there's no surprises. It gives you the most consistent and more reliable results. And what I'm doing now, I'm going to send you guys in the chat a link to all of the previous apps that I've done before. So that way you can see all the other 32 apps that we've built. Some of them are really, really cool. And I think you'll enjoy that. And they're all free resourced to you guys to be able to clone in GitHub. We're available, and also demo live as well. So right now we're just waiting on Claude to review everything and kind of think through the process. And then we'll be able to kind of go back and forth after it's thought through everything that we've sent it. Let's see here. All right, it's taking a little bit of time here. It's taking its own time at the moment. So we just have to wait for it to finish. It's inspecting the scaffolding of the structure. It's reading all the different configurations that we have in there. All right, decisions locked. I'll build it a client component side, blah, blah, building. No, we don't want to build yet. Remember, I told you not to do anything yet. We are still in the consulting phase. You're right, my bad, I jumped the gun. See, it'll do that to you guys. It will do that to you, but you just have to stop it and say, okay, hang tight, right? All right. So it lives inside the Next.js app, blah, blah, blah. Open things I want to read before building. The waiting column is the scoring, as the prompt is written most sky, most points, and auto detonates at the apex. So the optimal strategy is just wait every time. The manual detonate skill never matters. My fix was manual detonate near the apex earns the perfect bonus, but letting it auto fire you waiting too long gives you the burst with no bonus. That makes actively timing the click the actual skill. Does that match the feel you want, or do you want to picture it differently? I'll say yes, sure. And then 2, how patriotic do you want it to look? It's the 250th. I can keep it neutral but gorgeous night sky game, or lean into the red, white, blue accent colors. Maybe a US 250 combo bonus. Yeah, I like that. Let's go patriotic, because why not? And have a USA 250 bonus, combo bonus, where it lights up the sky with the numbers 250. Scope 3. The scope, honestly, for 30 minutes. This prompt is well specified, but it's not tiny. 3 burst types, combo, sound, I can do it one shot, but beautiful. Plus all of this realistically is a full, not 10. If you want to be safe, the 2 things I'd consider trimming to a version 2. Let's go ahead and just do it all. Are there any other ideas that you think would make this app more usable and provide a more fun experience? So this way it gives AI, or your virtual assistant, as I like to call them, it gives your virtual assistant the opportunity to input some of their opinions as well. So that way you guys can work together to build out an amazing app. And for today's app, again, we're doing a game. So this is awesome. Okay, good. That gives me a clear target. Before I answer your question, let me pin down the US 250 bonus, since yes leaves the trigger undefined, and how it fires changes how it feels. My proposed design, it's a payoff for the variety mechanic. Chain enough different colors in a row without repeating. Say a ×5 combo and you trigger a 250 sky bonus. A cluster of rockets auto-fire and their particles spell out 250 across the sky, red, white, and blue, plus a fat point bonus. It rewards the exact skill, the score, and blah, blah, blah. Worth building in, cheap, high payoff. Trajectory preview, auto pause on tab blur. Yeah, let's do the trajectory preview, auto pause on tab blur is great. Last 10 seconds tension is awesome. And mobile haptics is cool. Okay, we could do that. I had no idea we could do that. That's pretty cool. Now we can really integrate that into our app to make it a more immersive experience. Look at that. All right, cool. On that note, let's also please make this app mobile friendly and responsive. All right. Keep in mind there is no Supabase SQL, so that's our database. So there's no database for this one. There's no Supabase, so everything should be stored in local storage. New high score is cool. Let's go ahead and move to the planning phase. See, now it's asking, hey, do you want me to just go ahead and build it now? And it doesn't just jump into the building. See, that's a crucial point, right? Because we don't want to just build it without any planning, because then it'll create unpredictable results, which is not what we want. Let's go ahead and move into the planning phase, where we can scaffold everything out, phase, and plan out the entire app. So now it's going to go through an entire planning, right? Just like a project manager of sorts, right? It's going to create a whole plan of how it's going to go ahead and build this out, what kind of coding it needs, what dependencies it needs, everything, right? So let's see here. So it's just thinking right now as it's building all the things together here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. All right, there you go. So the cool thing about the planning part is that once it builds everything out, you do get an approval gate where you can approve everything, or you can make edits to the plan as well. So let's see what it does. So it's spawning explore and plan agents on a blank scaffold. So that way we can get this going here. So it's switching into plan mode. As you can see, it went into plan mode here at the bottom left. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but there you go. And now it's putting together an entire plan for us right here. And it pops up right here. Look, take a look. I usually, you don't really need to know everything that it's mentioning here, like npm run dev, like what is that, right? You don't need to know all that. I know what that is, but you don't need to know it, right? Because basically, you're following the guidance of your virtual assistant. I like to always read like the first top part for like context and just kind of skim through everything. Eventually, as you do more apps and use AI, you'll get to know a lot more of what these things mean. But let's take a look. Fireworks Master. Day 33 of the 100-day challenge, shipping on around July 4th. We're building a Fireworks Master, a single page, front end, only canvas game. Aim and launch fireworks into a night sky. Time the burst at apex. Chain colors for combos. Rack up scored in 60 seconds. It's a fast visual screen recordable build meant to be one short shot. The folder is a fresh blah, blah, blah. That's just a lot of like technical stuff, blah, blah. Architecture. And as you can see, if you highlight a section, you can leave a comment for Claude here to be able to make any updates. All right, so it's a mutable game. We're looking good. Here are our files. Here are our dependencies, right? Rocket. This is the data model. We have our key constants. We have our mechanical details. Our polish for mobile. And our build phase out, right? This is the most important part, right? So you know exactly as it's going through the build, you know what it's doing, right? So phase 0 is a shell, making sure everything, all the dependencies are in. Rocket physics, pointer input, launch gravity, apex one at a time. Particle and burst, scoring, HUD coverage, combo, perfect, blah, blah. USA 250 bonus, audio, whoosh, blah, blah, blah. And the polish from mobile. Okay, cool. So everything looks good here. I'm just going to go ahead and accept and go into auto mode. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and go into bypass permissions mode because then that'll allow us to just streamline the build of this. And I wouldn't normally bypass permissions in a normal client's project at all, right? Because it can be dangerous at some points if you're working with a live project. But there's two things in our favor here. One, we're working in a local folder, right? So it has no access to our outside of our folder there. And then also, we're also not working on a live client project. So this is a little fun project that we're building today. It's an app that is not, for clients. So it's the stakes are not that high, right? So I'll just say bypass permissions. We've already, and I feel confident with this because we've already done the preparation for it in the consultation phase. We've done the planning. We have it all here, right? Exactly what it's going to do. Now, implementation is just about doing it, right? So we don't need to babysit our virtual assistant here in this point because it knows exactly what it's going to do. Now, if it has questions, it'll actually stop and ask you the question, right? But it doesn't need to ask you permission to do different things because you've already talked about what you want to do and what you need, right? So now we just sit back, relax as it's creating everything that we need. And as we're talking, I'm hearing fireworks outside my window. Oops. Now you notice, guys, I didn't even touch a single line of code. I've just talked to my virtual assistant about what I want to do, right? I planned it out in my framework, right? The framework is crucial here. The framework, again, is consultation, planning, implementation, deployment. I like to call it Cupid, right? If you can remember that acronym, right? Cupid stands for C is consultation, P is planning, I is implementation, and D is deployment. So Cupid, you'll never forget it now. So right now we're in the I, the implementation phase of this build here. So yeah, this is the slow part, guys. It's just, I'm showing this to you guys in real time. This is a live. Now, if you're catching it as a recording, feel free to skip ahead as this is going to take some time and it's going to build out everything for us. And then we're going to play our game, which is the most fun part here. Now, while we're waiting, I can show you guys a few other apps that I've built in the past. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Okay, so this is a website that I dropped in the chat before, guys. So this is the 100-day AI challenge website where it's tracking everything that I've done. As you can see, I'm on a 32-day streak. And trust me, it is not easy. Even getting past the 30 days is a feat. We have to get to 100. Okay, so I need your support here. If you can give me likes, if you can give me comments, I love you guys. Thank you so much. This competition, this challenge began on June 1st. So So a few apps. I built this app that we're looking at right now, actually, as day one, which is the journal tracking app. Then I built a marketing SEO scraper. Then I went ahead and did a weather API app, which is really cool. It allows different crews to kind of put in the type of job they're going to do, the location. It grabs a free API for weather that lets them know, hey, on this date at this time, around this time, it's going to rain. So if you're going to be doing a roofing job, you might want to reschedule. Now, one of the cool things with that is because it's already predicting the weather during that day, it can notify the worker, right, saying, "Hey, this job may have to be rescheduled." Right? It can text them, like you can connect it to a CRM like High Level, and just connect it to High Level, and it'll actually um, be able to let you know instantly about your job statuses, and then it can also let the user know, that the customer know that their job has been rescheduled as well once you approve it, right? So it could be like a two-step chain. There's a couple of other apps that I built here. You guys can explore as well. There's a lot of integrations you can put in. This one's fun. This is for a musician. This is like a little drummer set, right? Virtual drummer set. It's pretty thorough. But yeah, one second here. So one of the cool things about Claude that I love is that it smoke tests itself. So as you can see, we have an app already being built, right? And it follows our mouse. This is the trajectory. See? I love it. That's fun. All right, so it's smoke testing. I'm not doing anything right now besides moving it, but now it's doing its own thing, right? So it's testing out the scoring system. It's testing out the functionality. And if you're unfamiliar with the terminal, oh look, 250. I love it. And if you're looking for the excuse me, I just lost my train of thought. What if you're unfamiliar with the term smoke testing? It's I love it. If you're unfamiliar with the term smoke testing, basically what it is it's basically looking for fires, right? What's breaking when you do this? It kind of tests all the little nooks and crannies just to make sure everything's working fine without breaking. You guys hear the audio? I hope you do. Because that's the fun part. Let me actually see. Let me stop sharing real quick and try to do it again. Entire screen. Okay, so you guys probably didn't hear the audio. There we go. Now here we go. There's a little fun app here that we built pretty quickly, like in 30 minutes. And we went through our entire framework here, right? So now we're in the implementation. We'll go through iteration in just a moment, just to make sure everything looks good. I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, it's building out a combo. Okay. We're gonna see how this works, guys. It's kind of fun. It's quite satisfying. 250. I love it. That's fun. Just in time. Nice. So what it's doing right now, just so you guys can understand what's happening on the right side, this is using Claude's MCP preview window. So basically, MCP, if you're unfamiliar with it, again, it's a model context protocol. It allows one app to do things in another app. So if you can visualize it in an analogy, right? We have a tunnel, right, from our world to another world, right? But we can actually do things within that other world from our world, right? And then bring it back in. So that way you don't have to go into that individually to do things. It'll automatically do it for you, which is pretty cool. So that's MCP. It's a model context protocol, and it allows us to do fun things like this, right? So this preview window here, it's Claude's MCP preview, and it's allowing us to Claude to actually take control over the preview window, right? And do things in the preview window, like I'm not doing anything here, hands off, right? Otherwise, I would have to smoke test every single thing, right? But since Claude is the one that's building it, it's the best one to actually be able to smoke test it, right? Because it knows what it's building, what it's looking for. And so there you go. Hope that makes sense in terms of what an MCP does. If you have any questions about MCP or anything that we're going over today, go ahead and please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see your comments, and I'd be happy to respond. Now look, already adding, based off its testing, a refinement. So one refinement I want to make, the last 10 seconds timer pulse currently samples a date now inside the render, but the HUD only renders once per second, right? This is all like technical lingo. You don't even have to know what it means. It knows what it means, and it knows the experience that you're looking for. So it's going to go ahead and build that for you. So if that relieves any fear or doubt about you being able to build with AI, that's it right there. You don't need to know anything about coding. You don't need to know anything about what these vocabulary words or terminology, things mean. You just need to know how to, you just need to know how to talk. And that's what I'm teaching right here, the framework, right? And also the most important thing is imagination. I always say your only limit with AI is your imagination. So think on, my friends. So it's still editing some stuff right now. See, it's doing its own thing right now. Okay. So it's running the production build, which means that it's going to give us access in our local host to be able to access it using our web browser. So we're about to see that in just a moment here. Okay. All right, so technically we should be able to open this up in localhost in just a moment. I'm always very polite. Can I preview it in localhost, please? So it has to start the dev server up, right? In order for us to see it. And here we go. Here's our game, guys. We have an official game built out in less than 1 hour to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our nation here and in the United States. And we built it all with AI, not a line of code. This is our own app, and let's go ahead and play it. Nice. My computer's a little laggy. I'm not sure if that's what we're looking at there, but let's see here. 250, I did it. Woo! Oh, there we go. So you have to click it where it is going to pop. Ah, look at that. 250. I love that. 250 in the fireworks. That's pretty cool. Let's do it again before the timer runs out. Yes. All right. Woo! We did it! Yes. All right. All right. So our game is pretty cool. It's very simple. Everything is stored in our local storage. So all the new high scores are stored within our browser, right? So that way, as we keep playing, we get more scores. I think it'll be awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and get this deployed here. All right, so what I just did there is just launched a command to get this to publish to GitHub so you guys can all view it and clone it if you want to. And then also deploy it to Versal, which is our platform that we use to deploy our builds that we build every day, right? It's just the easiest way. Now, I do have two scripts within my folder that we went over in the beginning that we created called publish.sh and deploy.sh. Those are shell scripts that allow us to automatically keep in our keys for Versal and for like GitHub and everything like that it needs to be able to publish and deploy things where it needs to go automatically. So all that I need to do is just say, hey, do this, and it'll do it, right? So it's going to go ahead and get this going right now. And I also have a GPT skill that I built from scratch that allows me to create an image for the app every time I deploy. So it's a custom kind of marketing build app image, right? Like a little mock-up there. So let's see here. So one of the cool things is it generates like a prompt and everything for it. It generates 2 versions. So this is going to be pretty cool. So see, it generated its own prompt for the image, right? So the prompt is a premium SaaS product advertisement mockup for a browser game called Fireworks Master, a sleek dark app window floating and slightly angled in 3D, centered on a deep navy to near black night sky, gradient background from different hex points scattered with faint stars and subtle red, white, blue glow. And said the app is a vivid nighttime fireworks scene, right? Blah, 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 right? Pretty cool. No watermarks, no clean legible typography, no gibberish text, right? It builds all that out, right? And it celebrates America's 250th anniversary move, right? So it's going to build out that. It's going to go ahead and build out that image for us. It's going to build out 2 images for us that we can choose from, which will then deploy to GitHub and also will be used as our shareable image when we share it with the Versal link, right? Which I created a custom domain for that allows it to attach a subdomain to that domain. So each link will be unique and shareable. Let's see here. But these live builds guides really show you the process that it takes to get something done the right way, right? The framework is the most important part. Consultation, planning, implementation, deployment. Cupid, right? So keep that in mind. Whenever you're building anything, always talk to your AI virtual assistant first, then plan everything out, then let it implement it, right? And then go ahead and deploy it if you are deploying it live. So we already have one image built, Firework Master. Look at that. It has America's 50th. Look at that. That's so fun. Look at that. It has a flag in the back. Ooh, I like that one. Both came out clean. I'll go with Hero 2. I liked Hero 2 better too. Yep. I like that a lot. That's so fun. And see, it already, as part of my deployment scripts, that shell script, it already dictates how to deploy it. So it's going to create a subdomain fireworkmaster.100dayaIchallenge.com. Mm-hmm. So it's creating the README file right now with the image included. It also is going to give us all the technology stack and everything that we need to write in our journal. So we don't really have to think too much about it. We could just boop, 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 pop it in, and we'll be good to go. But we didn't just like AI slop this, right? We went through a whole process. This app in particular was a really simple one, but there are some apps that are very thorough, where if you have a solid idea of what you're looking for that you can imagine, that will take a little bit longer, right? I've had sessions that were about uh, 3 hours long building, right? But that gives you a full MVP, right? That you can share with others and maybe even start charging for, right? I actually built an app that I did start integrating a Stripe payment wall with it, right? With a little trial and everything. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of ways to build stuff um, and start making money from it. Okay, so our GitHub is published. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here we go. Here's our GitHub repo, accessible to all of you guys live. It is a public repo where you can go in and clone this if you wanted to. So that way you can actually use it for yourself. And look, we have our image here. We have our description, how to play the features, how to install it if you're doing it locally, right? And the stack, right? So from here, I can go ahead and get that logged to the journal, and that'll nail in day 33 of our AI build challenge, of our 100-day AI build challenge. But let's go ahead and take a look and make sure that it's deploying to Vercel first. And then it syncs back to GitHub with the actual live URL too. So when you guys see this, it'll have a live URL. Now I'm going to go in and start building out my log for today's app. So you guys get a little bit behind the scenes. Firework master. And we could just go up here, like I said, and just copy this. We can copy this whole thing. Boom. Oh, maybe it does have a limit there. That's fine. So we'll just go, come on. There you go. Tech stack, we already know it because it's in here. Next.js, TypeScript, Tailwind. HTML5 canvas. Web audio API. Okay, perfect. And it took us less than an hour to do this. So I'll say, I'll mark it at an hour just as a basic app here. We feel great about it. And we're going to choose our image. Here we go, public. This one. And you know what? We did this. It was like we're going on 52 minutes now, but a lot of that was kind of intro and talking. We really built this in like 45 minutes. So I'll put 45. It was a really easy app to build. Really easy game to build. Save entry. And we're done. We did a 33-day streak. And our app is live here on fireworksmaster.100dayAIchallenge.com. Let's go ahead and open it. And we are here. Look at that, guys. And let's just go back to our GitHub. You notice that it doesn't have the live link here or here yet. But if I refresh, our shell script automatically puts that in. And we have the live links right here now. Perfect, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey today of building an app in under an hour to celebrate our great nation of the United States of America. Its 250th anniversary. We built a firework game just using AI and vibe coding. And I hope you guys learned a lot today. If you have any questions about anything that I did, again, put it in the comments. What was your favorite moment of today's session? Also, please put that in the comments. And please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again, guys, and have a wonderful night. Happy July 4th. And stay safe out there.